There is a very interesting feature on this tablet called show mode. So you can basically go in show mode by going in settings, and here it's a main setting called show mode, and then you can go in home screen and you can select your background. I have it selected at abstract shapes. You can select art, travel, nature, seasonal, or your Amazon photos, and then you can go in home screen content that it's supposed to show on the home screen. So you can set up rotate continuously and then displayed home cards. So there's a lot here, you can go through them and turn them on or off. But how this basically works is that if you scroll down, you will see this option here at the top called show mode. Turn this on and now your tablet goes into the show mode. And the first one here is some news with the time and weather, and if I scroll, you will continue to go through all the information cards and all these photos. And then you have your communicate option. These are basically Alexa options: communicate, smart home alarms, music, routines, and all of that goes on here. So that's your basically Alexa hub on the home screen. Next, you can also do screen recording on this tablet, and the feature is built in. So again, go in quick settings and just scroll around until you find screen record option. Go in here, and now here it gives you the option to record audio from the microphone of the tablet, or you can select just the device audio or device audio and microphone. So you can record yourself and the device, just yourself, or both. Second option here is show touches on screen. So if you want to make a tutorial or something like that, you can turn on show touches on screen and do that as well. We also have game mode on this tablet. Now I think this is not the best tablet to play games on, but well, you never know, perhaps your kids will want to play games on this tablet. But we have a game mode here. For that, we will go in settings. Again, we will go in apps and notifications, and now we will go in game mode. Go in here, turn this on, and show game mode dialog. Turn this feature on as well, so whenever you will start playing a game, it will appear. So what it will do is that when a game is open, device memory and performance are optimized, notifications are hidden, and Alexa is disabled. If you want to get rid of any recommendations or any advertisements on this tablet, you can do that as well. So you can get rid of these tabs here. So for that, go in settings, then go in apps and notifications, then go in Amazon app settings, scroll down and go in home screens. Here we have two options: recommendations and continue and discover row. So recommendations is to help you discover relevant content. Amazon will display recommendations, including those from outside advertisers, based on items you have downloaded, purchased, liked, or rated, and other relevant data. And continue and discover row is the recent recommended and sponsored content in a row above the app script. So if we turn this off and turn this off and go back, there was a row above here that's gone now, so it's a much cleaner look. And if we scroll to the left, you only see your recent apps, your Kindle books, and that's it. Some Microsoft news and stuff from Alexa, and that's about it. Everything else is gone. It's a much cleaner look. Next up, you can also select default apps on this tablet. So you can select a default browser, for example. And once again, we will go in settings, go in apps and notifications, scroll up, we will get default apps. Go in here. Now right now I only have one browser here, so that's selected. But if you download another browser from the Amazon App Store, that will show up here, and that way you can select your default browser on this tablet. There is a mechanism on this tablet that's called harmful apps, which actually scans the tablet for any harmful content or apps that you have on the tablet itself, and then it lets you know about it so you can remove it. Now to do this, you have to go in settings, go in apps and notifications, scroll up, and you will see harmful apps. Tap on it and it will scan and will let you know if you have any harmful apps, which I do not have on this tablet. So I'll press OK and be done with it. There is a very granular notification management system on Fire HD8 tablet as well. So to manage your notifications, go in settings, then go in apps and notifications, scroll down until you find notifications, go in here, and here you can see a lot of things: notification history, your recently sent notifications. You can select whether you want to see notifications on lock screen or not, whether you want to see sensitive notifications on the lock screen. You can hide silent notifications in status bar. You can allow notification snoozing, which is a good idea if you want the notification to come back to you or alert you after a while. Suggested actions and replies, default notification sound, and do not disturb mode is also tucked in here. Now there is a second option here called collapse notifications, which collapses app notification icons at the top of your screen into a single icon, so it reduces any clutter in your notification panel. So let's turn this on, and now you can see that I have this option here called 1, which means I have 1 notification from Kindle app. If I had 2 or 3 notifications from the same app, it will say 2 or 3. If I turn it off, I now see a Kindle app icon here. We also have a split screen option on this tablet, so you can multitask, and for that just tap on this button here and then tap here and select split screen, and now you can split your screen between 2 apps. You can increase or decrease the size of these apps as well, and you can tap on this button to change the split screen and select any other app from here as well. Now there is also a way to increase the battery life of this tablet, and you can do that by going in settings, then go in battery, and here you will see this option maximize battery life, and we have quite a few options down here. So first one is low power mode. You can turn it on, and what it will do is that it will optimize the device's display settings to conserve power, and it will turn off automatically when your Fire is charging. Next up we have automatic low power mode. So here you can select at what percentage the low power mode will turn on automatically, so you can basically schedule it. So here by default it's selected at 20%, and it will be turned off when the tablet reaches at 90%. Next up we have automatic smart suspend, which automatically turns off wireless connectivity when you are not using your Fire. So this also helps in increasing the battery life, which means if you're not using your Fire HD8 tablet, the Wi-Fi or wireless connectivity will turn off. Now I have this feature turned on, which has increased the battery life significantly on this tablet. Next up is scheduled smart suspend. So once again you can schedule this feature at certain times of the day and within those days at certain durations. Moving on, Fire HD8 tablet also comes with Alexa support, so it has a lot of Alexa features. So we will take a look at all of them in the settings and then go in Alexa. And here the first one is, okay, it's turning on. Press the home button to access Alexa on your Fire tablet. You can also enable hands-free mode. So if I press the home button, so Alexa is not working right now, but that's how it works. And then we have tap to Alexa. If you turn this one on, you will get this button here that you can use to turn on Alexa. And then you can also restrict Alexa's access to your photos, web, video search, and safe search and stuff like that, so you can go through that. And then we have hands-free mode, so you can go in here, and then we have a whole slew of features in this one. So you can turn on the hands-free mode here. You can just say Alexa and Alexa will turn on. You can, which is not working right now for some reason. And then you can also change this word to Amazon. So if I select Amazon and say Amazon, it will show me this error that it's been showing me for some reason. Then we have hands-free lock screen access. So you can give Alexa lock screen access as well. It will be limited in functionality, but you can still enable Alexa from the lock screen. And then we have a very smart feature here, multiple Alexa devices, which basically means that if you have multiple Alexa devices in your room and you say the word Alexa, it will not respond on your tablet but on some other Alexa device. When this setting is turned off, Alexa will attempt to respond from the closest device, including your tablet. Next up, there is a dark mode on this tablet as well. So it's a very popular feature and we have it on this tablet as well. So go in settings, go in display, and here you will see this option dark theme. Turn this on and everything turns to dark. If you want to see how much storage your ebooks or audiobooks are taking up on your tablet, you can also do that. And for that, go in settings, go in storage, and then go in internal storage, and here go in manage storage. And here you will be able to see all the books in your Kindle library and what amount of storage they are taking. Now I don't have any Audible books downloaded on this tablet, so it's not showing here, but if you have Audible books downloaded, it will show their storage as well. And then you can obviously select them and free up that space from your tablet if you want more storage. Next up, we also have a blue shade filter on this tablet. So if we go in here, you can schedule it or you can turn it on now, and what it will do is that it will filter out any blue light from your display, and it is helpful basically at night time when you're using this tablet. You can turn on this feature. It filters out any blue light out of the display and eventually basically helps you sleep better at night. And then one really important thing that I want to show you here is expand your device storage feature, which is where you can add in the SD cards. Now, one really cool thing here is that if you tap on it, it will take you to the Amazon app and will give you all the SD card options so you can shop around. And ladies and gentlemen, that's Amazon and Amazon ecosystem for you. They don't tell you about this, they take you to the Amazon website so you can just buy this stuff. But more important than that is what happens when you add in an SD card in this tablet. So let's see. So when you put in an SD card, it says corrupted, so you have to format it and set it up first. So if I go in the setup option, it tells you how will you use this SD card. You can store more apps, files and media on this tablet, extend the internal storage of your tablet with your SD card, and please note that your SD card will no longer work on other devices, so it's gone. So you need to have a separate SD card just for your Fire tablet. And then there is the second option. You can use it as a portable storage if you want to use this SD card on other devices as well. But then you can transfer files and media between your tablet and other devices. Please note, some media such as movies, music or books that is copyrighted from apps may not transfer between devices. But for both of these options, you need to format your SD card. Now, I already have data on my SD card and I don't want to format it. But here it insists that I format my SD card and use it from scratch, which I don't want to do. So you have two ways of using your SD card. You use it just for your Fire tablet, or in the other option you have to format it anyway. So that's the thing with SD cards. So very important thing to know before you buy this tablet for media consumption. Fire HD 8 tablet comes with screen mirroring, so you can mirror the screen of this tablet to your TV or your monitor as well. So swipe down to go into the quick settings, and here you have to scroll around to find screen mirroring. Tap on it and it will search for any devices and any monitors or any television around you, and then you can tap on that and start mirroring your tablet's screen. To take a screenshot, all you have to do is tap on this button here, and then it says screenshot here, and tap on it and it will take a screenshot, and here it allows you to share it and edit it as well. And you can also take a screenshot by pressing the power button and volume down button together and holding them. If you're someone who likes to install apps on your devices from third-party sources, you can do that as well on this device. And for that, go in settings, go in security and privacy. You will see this option, apps from unknown sources. Go in here, go in the browser and allow from this source. And then you are able to download apps from your Silk browser onto your tablet and then install them. Next up, you can also encrypt the data on your Fire tablet. If you keep sensitive data on this tablet, you can encrypt it and secure it. It comes with a price. And for that, let's go in security and privacy. Scroll up until you find encryption. Go in here, and here you can read all about it. You can encrypt your device. It will take a while to encrypt, and then every time you will turn on your device, you will have to put in a PIN or password that you will select while encrypting the data on the tablet. And this may also result in significantly slower device performance, and some downloaded apps may not work. So it comes with a price, but you will get a more secure tablet in the end. Next up, if you don't want the tablet or the apps that you're using on the tablet to collect your data, you can turn that feature off from this security and privacy tab as well. So collect app and users data, turn it off, and it will not allow App Store to collect information on the frequency and duration of use of the downloaded apps. You can also manage your advertising ID, so you can go in here and you can turn on or off interest-based ads. Next feature that I want to talk about is called app pinning, where you can pin one app on your tablet and then give it to someone you want to share it with, and they will be restricted to just that app only. Very good idea for if you want to give this tablet to your kids and don't want them to hang around in the settings of this tablet. You can do that. Go in security and privacy, scroll up. You will see this option called app pinning. Turn this on. Now we have app pinning preferences. Go in here. Now it tells you to pin an app, open the task switcher, navigate to the app and then tap on the push pin icon. To unpin an app, press and hold the back and task switcher icons. If you've set a passcode, you must enter it to use your device. Access to Alexa will be blocked when an app is pinned, and you can disable touches here as well. So let's see how this works. Go back here, tap here, and now we have this pin option. Tap on it. So let's press got it. Now you are restricted to this app. You cannot go anywhere. You cannot go to the home screen. You cannot go back. You cannot switch to any other app. You are restricted to this app only, which is the settings app in this case. Now to unpin this, press both of them together and now you are out of that app. One really good thing about Fire HD 8 tablet or Fire tablets in general is that they are built ground up in a way that they are very easy to share with your family members, your kids, your wife, your sisters, brothers, etc. And for that you have to basically create different profiles, and to do that you go in settings and then go in profiles and family library. Now here you have the option to create adult profiles here, but if you scroll down you can also create child profiles, and you can read about child profiles here. It's basically a kid-safe environment. You can choose the content each child sees and set educational goals and time limits. You can also set a lock screen pin. So I'm interested in a child profile. If you go in here, you can add in the first name, which I will just put something, birthday, and let's select any birthday here, and then add profile, and it will create a child profile for you. And so now we have two child profiles. To switch between profiles, you have to go here, tap on this one, and then tap on the child profile, and it will switch to this profile. And let's see how it's different. So there you go. We have YouTube videos, basically educational content here at the top, soundbox, educational announce, stations, websites, web videos. So you can go through all of this and manage this child profile to exactly the way that you want it. You can set up time limits, manage content and settings. So we go in switch profile and we are back to the adult profile here. On Fire HD 8 tablet we get this search bar at the top of the home screen. Now you can also manage its settings by going in the settings and go in home search bar, and here you can select or unselect show Bing trending suggestions, which I'm going to turn off here. But if you turn them on, you can then get show personalized Bing suggestions, so you can turn that on and you can read all about it here. So if you go in here, write something here, it will show up with the Microsoft Bing suggestions right here, and whatever you want to search about, you can search the web or even the apps. So there you go, you've got the app, which is from My Stuff. You can then go to movies and TV, Amazon and web, search in all of these different sections. So it's a good way to search any content that you're looking for, or the web at the same time. If you're afraid of losing your Fire HD tablet, you can also set up Find Your Tablet feature from the settings. So go in settings, go in device options, and here you will see this option Find Your Tablet, and just turn this feature on and then you'll be able to locate your tablet remotely. Here you can also backup and restore your tablet. So you can go in here, set up backup and restore. You can also do a manual backup, and you can save Wi-Fi passwords to Amazon from here as well. So that's about it from this video, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. I will see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye bye.